Hello, friends. I'm making this new video after quite long time, and in these years, in this time, we can say, not in years, just 3 or 4 months have gone. Many things happened all around us, and our also UC net examination, NTA net, it is also held on 1st October. I hope that your preparation was well, and you have all you have given good exam. Though the question was not very easy, but I think those who have prepared well, they have given the examination well. Now today, my topic is feminism, and feminism around the world and feminist writers. I will focus some lights on feminist writers and feminism also, both post-colonial and earlier. I have jot down the points in several passages, and I will just read out those passages in front of you for your better health and also for the better understanding of feminism. I have divided my this speech of the chapter in 9 passages. That is origin, number 2 the waves of feminism, social aspects, feminist writers, French feminism, literary and social encounters, black feminism, relations to post-colonial and Marxism, and last but not the least, conclusion. When in 1940s, the French feminist writer and critic Simone de Beauvoir wrote in a seminal text the line that a woman is not born but rather becomes a woman, she virtually encapsulated an argument that would propel the feminist thinking a decade forward. What she intended to say was that a woman is not born in the world to be constrained and exploited by patriarchy. Her freedom is bound to be exercised by male dominion. Among the early feminists, Mary Wollstonecraft was significant, whom writers like Walpole called hyena in a petticoat for her overt dissertation and protest against patriarchy. She wrote A Vindication of Rights of Women in 1792, and she also wrote The Vindication of Rights of Men. She wrote the rights of men earlier, and later on she wrote the rights of women, which was also noteworthy and famous for the discussion of feminism all over the world. Now we can see that Rousseau was also a great prominent thinker of humanism, but feminist critics, they held Rousseau in a different light. Like the Rousseau's Emily in 1762 was severely criticized by a legatee of feminist critics as the exploitative document against female sovereignty and freedom. Feminist philosophers such as Wollstonecraft, Olympia D. Gorges, Germaine de Steele, Margaret Fuller, and Harriet Martineau articulated their convictions and opinions in several polemical texts of the contemporary ages. According to Beauvoir, men from time to time immemorial held a full sway over women, and women are some as men can accept their biological inequality. Men taking their cue, this cue tortured, subjugated, and molested women down the ages. Women are thus reified and subjugated. It is now the time to raise the voice against patriarchy, which is pernicious to the very core. So now we have seen that Writers like Mary Wollstonecraft and Simone de Beauvoir, they were the radical feminist and they were the first wave feminist. They criticized severely the male dominated society. Male have from time immemorial they held a full sway over female freedom and they exploited female and they always tortured female in their own ways. So we can see that feminism or the feminist writings that evolved in the 19th and the 20th century, these types of writings were not in a very good portion of importance in the earlier periods, because in those days the male dominion and the female movements were in a opposite point of views, because there was male domination all over the world and female movement against their patriarchal views were very few. So the male dominion was very much long and the protest against them was very few. Now, Kate Millett in her Sexual Politics argued an innovative juxtaposition that men-women encounter in the world. An operation of women have become a politics nowadays, which is weighed in terms of social inequality. Like the slaves, women have also become slaves, and also every aspect of human civilization tend to privilege the first side of the binary, that is men and women, and always exploited the other side. Women thus become the other all the time. Lucretia Mott, Abby Kelly, Grimke sisters like Sarah Moore Grimke and Angelina Emily Grimke continued the tradition of feminist abolitionist activism in the post-Civil War suffragism. In 1869, Lucy Stone, along with Julia Ward Howe and Josephine Ruffin, formed the American Woman Suffragette Association, or the AWSA, in Boston. In the La Écriture Féminine, the new French feminists like the Christophe Cissot and Irigaray challenged Freudian, Lacanian and Derridian structures, and they forged a new way for female sovereignty regarding feminine writings. The French feminists strove to unearth the theoretical basis of the feministic structure. Here the three phases, feminine phase, feminist phase and female phase, are noteworthy. In the Laugh of Medusa, Cissot asserts La Écriture Féminine as a counter practice in writing to challenge and subvert the masculinist phallocentric notion of subjectivity. The concept of female jouissance is given a feminine specificity. The oppression of women cannot be understood and addressed without reference to racism. They mistrusted and the white feminist stronghold over feminism as the theory and the practice underpinning the sticky issues of the white feminist tendency to treat black feminism as the other. Black feminism emerged out of a history of activism and engagement by the Maria Stewart, Maria Tubman, Sojourner Truth, and Rosa Parks, etc. The NBFO, the National Black Feminist Organization, was established in 1973. Look here, in the 1980s, the black feminism grew and emerged in their full sway. As bell hooks or the Gloria Jean Watkins, the feminist activists and academics, points out that black feminist criticism attempts to extend the dialogue about the nature of black women's experience that began in 19th century America to move beyond racist and sexist assumption about the nature of black womanhood. We can also take the reference of Mary Helen Washington's Black-Eyed Susans. Black women writers such as Toni Morrison, Alice Walker, Gwendolyn Brooks, and Maya Angelou have effectively represented black women at the center of highly contested ideologies of race, class, and gender. Toni Morrison's Sula, Beloved, Black in the Bluest Eyes, and Alice Walker's significant landmarks like The Color Purple, etc., proved worthy testimonies of the protests regarding feminist writings all over the globe. Again, we have a host of feminist writers on the both sides of the Atlantic, to name only a few, among them Doris Lessings, Toni Morrison, Margaret Lawrence, Nadine Gordimer, Margaret Atwood, Ines Berani, Alice Munro, Kiran Desai, Anita Nayar, Manju Kapoor, Shashi Deshpande, Jhumpa Lahiri, Bapsi Sidhua, Taslima Nasrin, Anita Desai, Nayantara Saigal, Monica Ali, and Temin Durrani, to name only a few. All of them are not radical feminists, but they have issues common relation to woman oppression. Thus, we have found that post-colonial critics of earlier male-based text and the Marxist analysis of gender equality and our outlooks regarding the world in an egalitarian world order significantly proved fruitful. Feminist and feminine issues have paved the ways to unearth the long-drawn patriarchal oppression and to redress the inequality in equal terms. So, these were some of the movements and writings of feminist writings, and now we have come to our conclusion. If you have liked this present video, please give subscription and give like, so that I may be encouraged to make new videos. And take care of your children and take care of you also. Goodbye and have a good day. Thanks a lot. Thank you.